Prince Albert II of Monaco visits Mayenne, France. King Frederick X and Queen Mary of Denmark conclude their state visit to the Kingdom of Sweden. And the Royal Court of Belgium makes an announcement regarding the future of Princess Elisabeth of Belgium, Duchess of Brabant. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. In Brussels, the Royal Court of Belgium announced that Her Royal Highness, Princess Elisabeth of Belgium, Duchess of Brabant, was accepted to Harvard Kennedy School at Harvard University in Boston, Massachusetts, after passing the admission tests. The 22-year-old princess will begin the Master in Public Policy MPP program this summer. The MPP is a 2-year course that will complete her university education after her bachelor's degree in history and politics from Lincoln College at Oxford University. The Royal Court goes on to note that the princess was, quote, also selected for an honorary award from the Fulbright Program, the international exchange program in the field of education of the United States Department of State, end quote. Princess Elisabeth, Duchess of Brabant, who is fluent in English, Dutch, and German, is the eldest daughter of their Majesties King Felipe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians. She is heir to the Belgian throne. Meanwhile, Her Majesty, Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, attended the 2024 Brain Health Summit, organized by the European Academy of Neurology at the Palais des Académies in Brussels. The theme of this year's summit is From Managing Neurological Disorders to Promoting Brain Health in Europe. In a press release from the European Academy of Neurology, the summit will focus on the, quote, holistic approach to brain health, addressing the management of neurological disorders, preventative strategies, and public awareness. The theme interlinks various discussions from understanding the high burden of neurological diseases in Europe, advocating for more research, to implementing proactive health measures. The program will also cover the importance of mental health, as well as climate change impacts in gender, diversity, and inclusion issues. The summit will also highlight collaboration among healthcare professionals, policymakers, and academics to improve brain health outcomes, end quote. In Luxembourg City, His Royal Highness, Grand Duke Henri of Luxembourg, held an audience with the President of the National Council of the Republic of Austria, Mr. Wolfgang Sobotka, at the Palais Grand Ducal. President Sobotka is visiting the Grand Duchy at the invitation of the Chamber of Deputies, according to the Cour Grand Ducal. On Monday, in Luxembourg City, His Royal Highness, Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg, as High Patron, attended the conference entitled The Dawn of AI, organized by the Federation of Young Business Leaders. In Den Haag, Her Majesty, Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, carried out a working visit to the Father's Center Atom, one of the winners of the 2023 Apple of Oranje Award. Established in 2000, the Father's Center Atom is a place where men, women, the elderly, and even young people can visit every day to participate in various activities. The center has a social restaurant and a large community room with free coffee and tea, snacks, games, and even newspapers. There are also workshops such as carpentry and welding and sewing for those interested in developing a new skill. The Father's Center also provides language lessons and first aid classes. The overall aim of the Father's Center Atom is to, quote, provide everyone in disadvantaged situations with numerous opportunities to develop and strengthen their social position, end quote. In Stockholm, Their Majesties, King Frederick X and Queen Mary of Denmark, concluded their 2-day state visit to the Kingdom of Sweden at the invitation of Their Majesties King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden. The day began with His Majesty, King Frederick X of Denmark, His Majesty, King Carl Gustaf of Sweden, and His Royal Highness, Prince Carl Philip of Sweden, visiting Stockholm's amphibious regiment and the 4th Naval Battle Flotilla, where they received a, quote, demonstration of amphibious units and Battleship 90, and a demonstration of military capabilities at sea, end quote. Meanwhile, Her Majesty, Queen Mary of Denmark, and Her Majesty, Queen Sylvia of Sweden, visited Prince Eugen's Valdemar Suda. During their visit, the two queens viewed an ongoing exhibition by Marie Claire. In the afternoon, Their Majesties, their Royal Highnesses, Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden, and their Royal Highnesses, Prince Carl Philip and Princess Sophia of Sweden, attended a luncheon at the Stockholm City Hall, hosted by the City of Stockholm. In the mid-afternoon, Their Majesties and the Crown Princess couple visited the Nordic Museum, where they viewed, quote, a screening of parts of the exhibition Nordbor, also known as Nordic, end quote. The state visit ended with King Frederick X and Queen Mary of Denmark hosting a reception aboard the royal yacht Dannenbrog in honor of King Carl Gustaf and Queen Sylvia of Sweden as a way to say thank you for being such gracious hosts. On a side note, I would like to make a correction. In last evening's episode, I mistakenly referred to Princess Christina, Mrs. Magnuson, as, quote, Her Royal Highness, Princess Christina, end quote. My apologies to all those who were offended by my mistake. Meanwhile, Her Royal Highness, Princess Alexandra of Sayn-Wittgenstein-Berleburg, Countess of Elisabeth-Larrivée-Bille, hosted a reception for local professional horticulturists and gardening lovers at Iusko Slot. Before the reception, the princess, who is the eldest daughter of the late Prince Richard of Sayn-Wittgenstein-Berleburg, and Her Royal Highness, Princess Benedicte of Denmark, gave the invited guests a tour of the castle grounds. As I mentioned in last Friday's episode, Princess Alexandra's new book, A Garden for Life, will be published on Wednesday, May 8th. For those of you who may be interested in purchasing the book, which at this time it's only available in Danish, I will leave a direct link to an online website that is selling the book. It's called Gucca.dk. It's a reliable site. In Madrid, His Majesty, King Felipe VI of Spain, held an audience with the president of the Junta de Galicia, Mr. Alfonso Valenzuela, at Palacio de la Zarzuela. On Sunday, His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II of Monaco, began his 2-day visit to Mayenne, France. The purpose of the visit was to officially welcome the city into the Site Historique Grimaldi de Monaco Association. The historical ties between the Grimaldi dynasty and the city of Mayenne, a former duchy created by Charles IX, date back to 1777, when Honoré Charles Maurice de Grimaldi married the daughter of the Duke of Aumont-Mazarin, Louise Félicité Victoire, Duchess of Mayenne. Well, after I completely butchered those French words, let's move on. The visit began in the early afternoon with the sovereign prince unveiling a Site Historique Grimaldi de Monaco sign in front of the Palais de la Barre Ducale, the former town hall of Mayenne. Thereafter, the sovereign prince walked to the Musée du Château de Mayenne for a private visit. The chateau once belonged to his ancestors, Honoré Charles de Grimaldi and his wife Louise. While at the musée, the sovereign prince unveiled another plaque. In the evening, the sovereign prince, as patron, presided over the 14th edition of the Concours International des Pianos à Mayenne, held at the Municipal Theatre of Mayenne. On Monday, the sovereign prince visited the company Toile de Mayenne. This was followed by a visit to the archives of Mayenne in Laval, where the sovereign prince inaugurated the exhibition entitled The Duchy of Mayenne at the Time of the Mazarin and Grimaldi, a history of families from the Middle Ages to the present day. The exhibition showcases the historical ties between the Grimaldi dynasty and the city of Mayenne. In the afternoon, the Sovereign Prince attended a gala luncheon held in his honor and hosted by local government officials. The visit to Mayenne ended with the Sovereign Prince visiting La Cité du Lait. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I will be back on Wednesday, May 8th, with all the latest royal news and events. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you a wonderful afternoon. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, comment below, and click on the notification bell so you won't miss a new episode. Okay, again, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.